Welcome. I've been saving this seat for you. For the next 20 minutes, there's nowhere else you need to be. You're sitting on a tatami mat in a machiya, one of Kyoto's old wooden tea houses, narrow and deep, built along streets that haven't changed much in 300 years. The floor beneath you smells faintly of rice straw. The walls are paper and wood. The light coming through the shoji screen is the color of milk, soft, diffused, without edges. There's a garden outside. You can see just a sliver of it through the screen. Raked gravel, pale gray, with a single dark stone at the center. Moss on either side of it. Someone arranged that stone. Someone raked those lines, and then they left space around it. In Kyoto, silence isn't the absence of something. It's a presence all its own. I'm April, and this is Lunch Break Retreats on Cozy Workday, a series where I take you somewhere beautiful in the world during your lunch break. No passport required. Today, we're going to practice something the Japanese have understood for centuries, the art of the pause, of the space between things, of what lives in the silence. If you have something warm to hold, your tea, your coffee, a mug of anything, pick it up now. Wrap both hands around it. Use your senses to transport you to different worlds. Let's go. Your matcha has been prepared. The host lifts the bamboo whisk, a cha-sen, and begins. The movement is a small figure 8 at first, then quickens. The powder blooms into the hot water, going from dusty to vivid in seconds. The color is extraordinary, deep green, almost luminous, like a forest distilled into a bowl. The bowl is placed before you with 2 hands, a small bow. There's no rush in this gesture. The shawan, the wide ceramic bowl, is old. You can tell by the weight of it, by the slight asymmetry where a thumb pressed the clay before it was fired. You turn it clockwise in your hands, as tradition asks, honoring the front of the bowl. Then you lift it to sip. It's bitter at first, grassy, bright, a flavor that asks you to pay attention. Notice what happened as you lifted the bowl with both hands. Your elbows came in, your breath deepened, your world narrowed to exactly the size of a bowl. Matcha has been part of Zen Buddhist practice for over 800 years. Monks drank it to stay awake during long meditation, alert but calm, present without grasping. The tea ceremony that grew around it, chado, the way of tea, is not about the tea. It's about the quality of attention you bring to preparing it, receiving it, and drinking it. One bowl, one moment, completely. That is the practice. Step out of the tea house for a moment, into the bamboo. The stalks rise on either side of you, 30 meters, maybe more, meeting somewhere high above in a canopy of pale green light. They are so close together and so tall that the path between them feels like a different kind of room, not enclosed, held. It is very quiet in here. The bamboo doesn't make the silence, it shapes it. Each stalk defines the space beside it, and the space beside it is where the quiet lives. There is a Japanese concept I want to offer you today. Ma. It is written with a character that shows the moon visible through a gate. It means the space between, the pause, the negative space that gives form its meaning. In music, ma is the silence between the notes, without which there is only noise. In architecture, it is the threshold, the doorway, the moment of passage between one room and the next. In conversation, it is the pause before answering, not hesitation, but respect. Time given to let words settle before more words arrive. In life, ma is the breath between tasks. The moment you close one tab before opening another. The 3 seconds before you reach for your phone. Look at the space between these stalks of bamboo. Each one needs the space beside it to be seen. Take that space away, press them together until there's nothing between them, and you no longer have a bamboo forest, you have a wall. The space is not the absence of the thing. The space is what makes the thing possible. Think about what we do with the spaces in our days. We fill them immediately, reflexively. Another notification, another scroll, another thing to respond to, as though the pause itself is the problem. But in Kyoto, in this forest that has been holding its silence for centuries, the pause is not the problem. The pause is the point. The silence between the bell strokes is where the bell is truly heard. Perhaps what feels uncomfortable in stillness isn't the stillness. Perhaps it's the unfamiliarity of letting a moment exist without asking it to be useful. Notice your hands right now. Are they reaching for something? Let them stay. Let this be a moment of Ma. We're back inside the tea house. The light through the shoji screen hasn't changed. It's that same soft, edgeless white. The tatami is firm beneath you, and the bowl is warm in your hands. If it feels comfortable, let your eyes close. Let's find the ma in your body. Start with the space between your inhale and exhale. Breathe in slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now at the top of the breath, pause. That space right there, that is ma. Now let it go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And again, breathing in your own time, finding the pause at the top. Notice how the pause doesn't feel like absence. It feels like arrival. Now notice your shoulders. The space between your shoulders and your ears. Is there room there? Can you create just a little more? The space between your eyebrows. Let it widen, as though your forehead has room to breathe. The space between each of your fingers. Open your hands slightly if they're closed, and let air move between them. In the Zen tradition, they speak of the mind before thinking, the opened, clear mind that exists in the space before the next thought arrives. Not emptiness, readiness, receptivity. You are in that space right now. Take one more slow breath and find the pause at the top. And remember, rest is the requirement, not the reward. And the pause is not an interruption. The pause is where you remember who you are. Slowly, whenever you're ready, let your eyes open. We're back at the table. The matcha bowl is nearly empty. The light has shifted just slightly. The room has settled into itself. Time passed here, and it passed quietly. If you have your journal nearby, feel free to open it now, and if not, Just let these questions rest inside you. First, where in your life are you afraid of the pause? And what might be waiting for you inside it? What would it mean to bring one moment of ma to your afternoon? A breath, a threshold, a 3-second pause before you answer. And finally, if your life were a piece of music, where is the silence that gives the notes their meaning? Let your being guide your doing. Before we leave, look one more time through the shoji screen. The stone in the garden is exactly where it was when you arrived. The gravel around it raked into its quiet lines. The space around the stone hasn't changed, but perhaps the way you see it has. You don't have to fill every moment. Some moments are made to hold you. Your souvenir from Kyoto? Find one pause today. Between tasks, between meetings, between one thing and the next, and stay in it for 3 breaths. Don't fill it. Don't reach for your phone. Don't start the next thing yet. Just let it be a moment of ma. Return gently. Let your shoulders stay soft. Let the space between your thoughts be as welcome as the thoughts themselves. If this retreat meant something to you, leave a comment and tell me where in the world you'd like to go next. And if you know someone who hasn't taken a real pause in a while, send this to them. Sometimes the most generous thing you can do is hand someone a moment of stillness. I'll see you in the next retreat. Your seat will be here whenever you need it. Matane.